Okay, so we have just started our average rate of change, and we were practicing some linear examples of finding the rate of change. So we did 3 problems together, and I told you a cool trick at the end of the video, so make sure you watch it. Now we're going to practice some exponentials. So the way that you do the exponentials is the same way that you do the linears. Okay, so we are going to start by drawing a table of values, x and y. My 2 intervals are my 2 x values. Those are the values that were picked for us to go into our table. So we want to know the rate of change between these 2 ordered pairs. So we are going to take each of these out and plug them in where our x is. So if there's a symbol here, we got to keep it. It's 5 to the negative, and then we're going to type this guy, -1. So those are all exponents. So when you type them in, make sure that that ends up being an exponent as well. 5 to the -1. See how mine looks the same? They're all cute little exponents. Okay, and that is 5. Okay, now we're going to do that again. 5 to the negative, and then we have a 2. Okay, so 5 to the -2. Be careful, it's 1/25. Or you could write it as a decimal, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so it's either 1/25 or 0.04. We'll take either answer. Okay, now you have to figure out how we're changing. So to go from 5 to 0.04, we're going to 0.4 subtract. So on this guy, we added 4.96. And then on this guy, we're going to add 1, 2, 3. So then our slope is our change. Oh, we're not adding, we're subtracting on this side because our number gets smaller. Sorry about that. Our slope is our change of y over a change of x, -4.96 over our change of y, which is 3. So -4.96 divided by 3 is -1.653, which is also -1/24 over 75. Either answer is good. Okay, let's do another one. Oh, let's do number 17. So number 17 is also exponential. So we're going to start by writing our table of values, x and y. Our 2 x values are these guys, -7 and 7. So we're going to plug those in. -1/2 times -7 squared. Okay, so -1/2 times -7 squared. Yep, that's what we got. Oops, sorry. There you go. -49 over 2. And then we have, oh, sorry, I'll write it down. -1/2 7 squared. I'm just going to do the same thing again, but I'm going to delete this, then I don't have to type it all. -49 over 2. Okay, to go from -49 over 2 to -49 over 2, well, we're going to add 0. And then to go from -7 to 7, we're going to add 14. Our slope is our y over our x value. Our y value was 0, and our x value was 14, and 0 divided by anything is 0. So our slope for this guy over this interval is 0. So it's like a flat spot. Okay, I'll do one more with you, number 18, because I wanted to show you something. Alright, so again, we're going to make our table of values. We have our 2 x values, -2 and 0. We're going to plug those in. 6 to the 2 minus 2, which is the same thing as 6 to the 0, and anything to the 0 is 1. And then we have 6 to the 2 plus 0, and 2 plus 0 is 2, and 6 squared is 36. Okay, well, here's what you could do. If your numbers were weird fractions, or if they were decimals or whole numbers, your slope is your 2y's being subtracted over your 2x's being subtracted. So if you didn't want to figure out how much was the difference between one and the other, you could just put both of them in here. So start with the top, subtract the bottom, and then start with the top and subtract the bottom. And then you could just plug that in instead of trying to figure out on the sides and then stack it. It's up to you, whichever way you want to do it. I just thought I would show you. So you can even use the fraction button here. Like, you have to do not very much if you don't want to. -2 minus 0, just type what you see. And we get 35 over 2. Which makes sense, because if we go from 1 to 36, we are adding 35. -2 to 0 is adding 2, so my slope would be y over x, which is 35 over 2. So either way works. It's totally up to you, whichever method you would like to do. But I might suggest something like this method, where it's where you have to just stack them up and then subtract for a problem like 11 when you have some like weird fractions and decimals. Like, this would have been much easier here instead to be like, okay, well, my slope is my 5 minus 1/25 over -1 minus 2. Then plug that in. So we would have, oh, my computer is in the way. How about over here? Sorry, there's a little bit of a lag. I'm not sure why. Okay, 5 minus 1/25. Yes, you can put a fraction within a fraction. -1 minus 2, and then you get -1/24/75, which is what we got here. And then also, if you wanted to, you could get the decimal version by pressing the bottom right on top of the keyboard, and it will tell you what the answer is, and mind match as well. All right, if you have questions, let us know. Have a great day, guys. Bye.